you're all I ever need. Gotta love the one you want. Yeah, alright, baby. You can't use me. Alright.
All right, we're gonna go live and talk about these cool little points. Right now, we're watching the some footage of the eruption in Iceland. Some of the most incredible footage from a drone. It looks like a fixed camera, but it's actually a drone that's floating right next to the crater. And let me just load down the music a little bit. So the footage we're watching here in the screensaver that I've had on yesterday all day. It's coming from a drone that I shot during the eruption in Iceland, and I thought it would be a nice little screensaver with music, and we could put that on and watch it. So I wanted to start with the eruption in Iceland. Which it's currently 14 degrees Celsius, overcast clouds. It's going to rain later today and Saturday in Reykjavik. So that's something to know. And if you're heading towards the volcano eruption, I can pull it up. This is one of the best websites for Iceland. If you're heading to Iceland, the Vidor.is is the top site for anything that's going on in Iceland. So basically weather. If there's the eruption happening, you have precipitation. You have wind, which is one of the most important things. Wind. So today, let's check out wind and see how it is. And you can actually use your arrows on the computer and go into the future. There it goes. And then you have little arrows where you can see which direction the wind is going. So green pretty much means that it's really good at right now as far as the wind speeds. When it starts getting into blues and turquoise, and then when it gets into purples and dark purples, and even I think red, if it even gets to the red or yellow, it's bad, really bad. But it looks throughout the day it's going to be, which is going to Wednesday. So Monday, let me say Friday, all Friday, Saturday's good, Sunday is all good, and then in Monday in the islands it gets a little weird. But if you're heading towards the eruption in Iceland for the volcano, this whole weekend is actually really good for winds. And then temperature-wise, it's really hot, especially at the volcano area. We're looking at between 11 to 15 Celsius. Really hot temperatures happening in Iceland. Look at that. This is for Sunday afternoon. All of the south is extremely hot. I mean, 20 degrees Celsius, which is crazy for Iceland. Really incredible stuff. Really incredible stuff. But yeah, I mean, it's I think this is the 12th eruption. Let me see. Let me just go to the site. Let's see what's going on. Usually on the home site, there's some info on every time there's an eruption. So this is like the 12th eruption since the beginning in 2021. Reduced volcanic activity, but continued lava flow and thickening. Volcanic activity has decreased since yesterday morning, but has remained stable since then. Lava continues to flow east and southeast, spreading within 1 kilometer of the main crater. Little movement is observed at the outer edges of the lava field, and the lava is mostly thickening. Seismic tremor has fluctuated in recent days, likely due to the alternating buildup and collapse within the crater. A thin crust has formed on top of the lava, which may suddenly break and cause rapid lava advancement without warning. This is something that I witnessed in the 2024 eruption, where the crater developed a really crazy. The rim started getting thinner and thinner and thinner, and then the weight of the pool of lava from rocking back and forth eventually pushed that wall, and it's like opening up the floodgates, and the lava just, it's like this tremendous amount of lava inside the pool crater, and then it just flows out into the landscape. I mean, it could happen from like any side. This is one of the things that if you are this was something where a lot of people were close to the crater, and this was something that everybody realized after the fact, when everybody's just on top of that like near the crater, and then the thing erupted, broke the wall, and all that lava started spilling. It was crazy. So something to think about. I think now for this eruption, most of the area is closed, and I think they do have only a few areas where you can actually see it from, like a spectator view, which I think it's on the other side of let me see here. So the crater, I believe, is somewhere around here. Go to satellite. Okay. We have the Blue Lagoon here, and back in 21, the eruption was here. As you can see, there's all the lava that Google Earth has finally updated. So this was the 2021 eruption, and all the lava that was spread out to the landscape. The craters are around here somewhere. These were the originals: 2021, 2022, 2023. Then there was the 2024, which was over here, which is much more northwest, but it was all within this region here. As you can see, you can see all the lava. So the 2021, 2022, 2023, and 2024 eruptions were all here. 2023, I think it was the last one. And then everything moved here, which hasn't been updated yet, but you can kind of see something, because years ago it erupted here as well, but this line here where you see this these little craters, these are now active again. And then 2024, 2025, this is the whole area where it has erupted now. I think the new eruption is around here somewhere. There's actually a little guy here you could click on. And let me see if it gives me the photos. And then you could kind of see where somebody took a 360 here. And then here's the eruption. So this is the new area. Let me go back. We could check out that it's in this area. It's right off 43. Right off 43. So if you're coming from the airport, it's 41 main road that goes into Reykjavik, but you have to get off 43, which goes down into Grandavik, which is the town that's now abandoned. Or you're going to the Blue Lagoon that has been protected incredibly by all the walls they built. And the eruption area is all down there. It's like right next to the Blue Lagoon. And then the new eruption happening right now is all here. Is next to this big mountain here. The one from last year was a little bit higher. It was more up in this area here by this mountain, this little mountain hill. So the eruption was more around here. And you could see it from 41. It actually disrupted a lot of the town of Volgar. So that was something. A lot of pollution, air pollution happening, and then everything is being pushed to Keflavik, which is where the airport is. But if you're thinking of going to see it, I'm not sure because I'm not there right now. But I think the new entrance or like the new viewing point or access might be through, I think you have to get on 42, which you have to go through 41 to go down 42. Because I've seen some people now on the other side of the eruption. And I'm not sure if it's open, but there's a road here. Where is this thing? So 427 down here on the south by the coast. 427 has an access up to a certain point because you cannot go into Grandavik. But I think that you can kind of do 427 and then go all the way up to here, which is the old eruption, and then somehow hike around here and then kind of see it from here because it's more on this side. It's more on the older eruption area. So that's the interesting part about this new eruption and seeing what happens. Let me see what else there is. And you can see the Blue Lagoon. I think the Blue Lagoon is still open. They have reopened the Blue Lagoon after the earthquakes because the lava is not flowing this way, so it's not disrupting any traffic. Okay, let me go back to just some more points here. The highest hazard is considered to be the southern part of the lava field near Sandhole. The formation measurements show no change beneath Sarvingi, magma inflow and outflow. Another thing is like before the eruption, there's like a land rise, lots of earthquakes and deformation. When the eruption happens, it decreases the pressure. Land goes back down, lava comes out, and then depending on where the lava goes, it'll disrupt or not disrupt. In this case, this last eruption, it looks like it's pretty maintained. in one area. One of the things that I've been seeing, though, here's a little map showing where exactly it is. So here's Sandhole. There's a little mountain hill, and the big mountain thing here, the historic Skagfell, is actually this mountain here. So that mountain is there, and the new eruption is actually over here. So July 22nd, it's on Icelandic, but I kind of get the idea where there's orange areas where the new eruption is. As you can see, there's not that much lava flow. So if we check Sandhole, it is actually here, I think. Is that it? Yeah, that's that little hill right here. So it was where the this guy shot the little picture we just saw, the 360. So that's where the lava is going. So I'm guessing that is why there's people actually coming from this side. And I could see why, because there was a hike. There's the hike here. And then people are probably going up to the older eruption, going to see that, and then crossing over to this mountain and then seeing the eruption from here. So it makes sense. So there you go. That kind of defines that. So that's pretty cool to see. And you could, there are some live webcams you could check. And let me see. On YouTube you can search live Iceland cameras, and then you could probably see some of the eruption footage. It depends on when, if there's a lot of air pollution, you're not going to get a good visual. So in the beginning, it's been a lot of drone footage from some of the locals that are going there with their drones, and you can actually see the eruption. But and I think now it's kind of clear, and you could see more of the eruption happening. Let me see if I could quickly just go on one of these. Maybe we can check. I think if you go to I think a far TV kind of shows you the live footage. So if you go to YouTube and then you go to actually no, there's nothing. See, you cannot see anything. Let me just pop this up on the web browser here. So see, there's nothing there to see, but it's cloudy or overcast. And then most of the cameras are not viewing anything. So that's that. You're gonna have to wait for one of the drone shots from I think it's called Isaac. Let me see if he's on here. This guy right here. Isaac is a local, and he goes on the drone from the live drone, so you can see this is from day one. But if you follow him, you can see a lot of the good stuff. He gets up close and personal and gets some really good shots. So make sure to check some of that stuff. But right now you can't really see it. So later after these talking points, I'm going to put back the footage that I shot from the eruption, which are kind of nice. That eruption was from 2024 in this area here, the current area that's erupting. So we can check those. This map here now shows the I think the hazard. Let me see here. Yeah, this is the hazard chart. So basically, it's giving you an analysis of the hazard scale and color. So gray, very low, green, light green is low, moderate is yellow, considerable hazard is orange, high and very high are red and purple. And as you can see that the most hazardous area, it would be the middle here, which there's really nothing as far as any danger in regards to where the lava is flowing. The nearest, it's kind of like a 50-50, but it's Vogar and Grandavik. And then if it even reaches the Blue Lagoon, but it's not even close. So there's really no, and even Keflavik, which is where the Keflavik International Airport is, it's not even close to that. So that's the hazard map. So this eruption is pretty mild. Nothing big going on. And that's about it. I mean, this is that's the new eruption. Pretty cool to see. If you're in Iceland right now, you could, I think, see it. It's a lot more strict. I would say it's a lot more strict than before, than previous eruptions. So if you're going to see it, just be cautious. If you're bringing the drone, I think there's a lot more rules and regulations regarding the drone usage. There might be bans during a certain time. If if there's any like firefighters or anything happening air pollution wise, any helicopters in the area, they might do a ban. But other than that, just be cautious and just check out where exactly you could potentially see it without getting hurt. I saw a lot of videos. I don't think it's in here, but by the way, this is the earthquake page in Vidor. So there's been some earthquakes. Let me see if there's any happening in the Regenus Peninsula. That's where the eruption is. See, it's like more cooled down. There has been a few of them in the last 4 hours, but nothing major. Going back to the being safe, I've seen a lot of videos on Instagram where people are actually walking on the lava, and there's a drone shot where, let me see if I could see it, if I can find it. I saw it today on Instagram. Let me see if I can find the page. It was crazy. People were actually, they're walking on the lava while you could see the flow of the lava underneath them as they were walking. I should have saved it. I don't know where it is now. And it was crazy to see, because it's people that are actually getting, I don't know where they're trying to go, but they're literally walking on the lava, and you could see the live flow of the new lava right underneath, and you can only see it from the drone view because it's like pointing down into the lava field, and people are walking thinking it's fine, and the lava is literally underneath them, and you can see it from an angle. Anyways, try not to do that, because it's gonna be really bad if you fall into one of those pits. You're never getting out. You're gonna just burn alive. So try not to do that. I don't know why they're trying. I think they're just trying to get closer to the crater, which was a thing back then. It was accessible, but now because there's so much lava, it is completely covered, so people are having just not thinking, and they're just going into the and walking over the lava thinking it's all dried up, which it is, the top layer, but there's an underneath layer that no one gets to see ever. Sometimes you see it through via the drone, and it's the lava that actually is flowing underneath the old lava, and it's pushing the old lava upwards and forward. So you see it in that video, and it's very scary, so try not to do that. So let's go to here. What else we got? What else we got? So that's the Volcano. The DJI Ban. The old DJ. So I've been out of the. And out of this I haven't been following too much of what's been happening with DJI. That's the drone stuff in the US. And let me see if there's anything. I usually follow this drone news site that tells you a few things about what's happening. It was here somewhere. Basically what's happening is, and it started with the Mavic 4 Pro. So the Mavic 4 Pro was released back in May, which is this drone here. And this drone is the latest and greatest by DJI Mavic 4 Pro. The biggest market for DJI is the US. I mean, we're buying these things like hot bread off the oven. So this was the latest and greatest, and it never took off here because it was never put on the shelves. So what happened was they actually smuggled in a few of them, and some people got their hands on them. Some creators got them before the launch, so they were able to review it, unbox it, and all that. But in for the consumer full blown release, they never got it. They never got the drone. It still doesn't. The US still doesn't have these. Like on the site, it's out of stock. Everything's out of stock. Everything related to drones, DJI drones, on the official website is out of stock. I think you have to go to some of the stores to purchase this thing. But other than that, you cannot find anything. Let me see. Let's go to DJI. Let's just put DJI ban. And they're saying a lot of this stuff is because of the tariffs or some import problem. DJI Ban USA. Let me see. 1 week ago. Let me see if there's anything new. But most of it is because of that. Let's go to here. Let's DroneDJ.com. The devastating real world impact of DJI drone ban. I mean, it's not banned. Like it's not an official thing, but they're starting to impose so many new things in the US, which will lead to not a ban, but people just not buying it anymore, or just very hard to fly DJI drone in the future here in the US. So like a lot of the stuff is happening where, so here's I don't know what this is. This is some kind of impact. What does it say? The impact of DJI restrictions in the United States. Let me see if I can make this bigger. What do we get? It's a stupid thing. So restrictions. let's look at some of this stuff. Okay, here, they're saying this guy here, Vic Moss, co-founder of Drone Service Providers Alliance. If this slippery slope is followed to its neutral conclusion, it will decimate first responder drone fleets and devastate the U.S. drone market, predicted to be $50 billion by the end of the decade. That's a guy from Colorado. Guy from Utah, Captain Kyle. As a first responder, I've witnessed firsthand how this technology saves lives, and being forced to utilize inferior American-made drones would inevitably lead to a percentile strategy. This guy from Texas, the Pearland Police Department. Not all of the drones or drones components we use have a comparable U.S.-made drone component. In applications where we've looked at comparable U.S.-made drones, the costs have been 3 to 4 times that of Chinese-made drones. So DJI is has taken over, obviously, the U.S. market. There are no U.S. drones that can come close to DJI. There were some like Skydio and Autel, but they are not as good. So we don't, nobody knows what's going to happen. Eventually, I think that they have until December of 2025 to figure something out. Otherwise, I think from that point forward, then they would have to really push a ban. The financial fallout of granting DJI is real. In Florida, the cost of grounding and replacing DJI drones is estimated at $200 million. That's not a typo. Millions of taxpayers' dollars were spent acquiring high-performance DJI drones, only to see them shelved due to the political pressure. The Austin Police Department says it would need $120,000 to replace $120,000 to replace the DJI fleet for small departments and municipals. That's budget breaking. Yeah, I mean, I guess a lot of the U.S. Police departments, firefighters are all using the DJI Enterprise, and it's going to cost a lot of money to replace all this stuff, which is crazy. So I don't know, see what happens. I know they have until December of 2025 to completely figure something out. Basically, I think the government released some kind of a memo or document for the future of the U.S. drone industry, and they have to start coming up with some stuff. Otherwise, we are not going to see any drones in the U.S. I don't know anybody that has. I have a older version. I have a DJI Mavic 3, which is now completely. I mean, it's still really good. I mean, it's not a drone that needs to be updated, but the Mavic 3 has an upgrade, which is the Mavic 3 Pro, and now the latest and greatest in the Mavic family is the 4, which is top of the line. So after that, and that 4 is not spread out basically in the market, in the US market. So a lot of people still using the 3, and they're just seeing if they find the 4 walk-ins. There's some people I think that went to the one of the local DJI authorized DJI stores. They walked in, they asked, hey, what's going on with the Mavic 4? Why can't I buy it? And they said, we do have it. It's just we're keeping it on the down low, and but we do have it if you want to buy it. The only thing is, if you do find the Mavic 4 in a local DJI store or authorized reseller, you cannot purchase the DJI Refresh, which is an extended warranty, which will not be covered in the. Well, let's actually look that up, because that's interesting. Mavic 4 DJI Care Refresh. Let's see what comes up. USA. DJI 4 accessory lead. Here's some more news on the. This was during for the tariffs. So yeah, I mean, it could cost them, like, if they do relaunch sometime, so before December 2025, it could cost these new drones an extremely amount. I mean, this is crazy amount of money for this specific drone. We're talking about, like, this drone was somewhat affordable for the market that was buying it, but now it would be a completely new market if these are the new prices when it does, if it does get brought back into the market. We would have to see. So yeah, that sucks. And then, like I said, DJI. So if you go to DJI.com, here's the thing we're going to talk about in a little bit. But if I go to camera drones, and then you'll see here, let me see. So these are all the drones that DJI has, right? The Mavic, the Air, the Mini, the Flip, the Avata, the Inspire, the FPV, and all the controllers. But if I go to the store and I want to buy the, let's say, the DJI Mavic. By the way, and you won't even see the Mavic 4 in here because it's not in the listing. But if I wanted to buy the whopping DJI Mavic 3 Pro Cine Premium, it's out of stock. As you can see here, out of stock, out of stock, out of stock. I cannot buy it. If I want to go to, I don't know, I want to buy the Air 3S. It's the latest and greatest. Fly More combo, $1,500. Out of stock. It's all out of stock. Can't even buy it. That's a issue that the U.S. market is having. Let me see the Avata 2, the latest and greatest. I'm gonna get the Avata Fly More combo, and all out of stock. This is on the official DJI.com North America site, and you can't get anything online. But like I said, there is a story where someone went to someone went to the local store and purchased the 4, and they said they do have it. It's just you have to ask, and they might have, I don't know, maybe 3 units, 5 units tops. Someone brings them, and then whoever comes in and shows up, okay, let's see if we can sell it word of mouth or walk-ins. But no advertising, no marketing. We don't have it, and you just have to show up and see what happens, which is crazy. It's very interesting what has happened. Very, very interesting. And like I said, we have until December 2025 to see what else will be the case for the Mavic or the DJI ban in the U.S. What will happen? Will the U.S. market now have to go? And again, you can go to Canada and get it. You can go to Canada and get any of the new Mavics or drones or anything DJI related, batteries, whatever you need, remote controllers. You can go to Mexico. You can go to Europe. You can go to South America if they have it. I think in South America is gonna, prices are ridiculous. But if you go to Europe on vacation and you purchase the new drone, or if you go to Canada, crossover from the US, when you bring that thing back and you activate it, you can't get the DJI Care refresh. That is something that is completely taken off out of the new stuff, or everything, I think. And you can't get warranty. So basically, you buy it, it's yours, no refund, no extended warranty, no warranty at all. So if you break it, if you break anything, you're pretty much stuck. You have to figure out if you can repair yourself, or bring it somewhere where they can try to repair it, if they even want to repair it. And it's going to cost you, perhaps, I mean, if you crash this thing, anything, break it, it might cost you the equivalent of, or close enough to, the retail price, which isn't even worth it. Where DJI Care Refresh was something you paid for a year or maybe 2 years, around $100 to $200, and then it's fly without any worries. You know, you crash it, burn it, you know, wet it, and it's sinking into the ocean, and you get a new one, and that's gone now. So that's about it for the DJI Ban. It's still up in the air. See what happens. I want to get someone, one of my buddies perhaps, to talk about. He has a lot to say as well. He has some drones, and then he has something he also likes to say about this ban. My concerns are not much, as I mean, I'm flying, but not that much. And it's just affecting a lot of the people that are mostly first responders, big drones, enterprise drones, that spend a lot of money. They have big budgets, thousands of dollars of budgets, millions. And now if this goes away, they have to I mean, I don't even know, it's going to be a disaster. So let's change subjects here and finally talk about the last 15 minutes of the chat. Let's talk about the finally. I mean, they just released it into the public's eye. The DJI Osmo was just released. When was it? Go back. I think 2 days ago. They put it up on the. Here we go. They put it up on the official social accounts, and now it's on the official site. So the DJI Osmo 360 teaser drops. Is this the Insta? So at the moment, there's the Insta 360 that is killing it for 360 cameras. I never used the 360 camera. I never had a use for it, so I don't know too much of the 360 cameras. But it looks like DJI is now entering a new market to disrupt, and that's the Insta 360, which was taken over, just like they did with the GoPro. They have their action camera. They kind of disrupted, but I'm not sure if they really disrupted. I think GoPro still has a lead, and now they're about to disrupt the 360 market. And this is the Osmo all-in-one, it's going to be released on, and I think, let's go back to the official website because they did have it on there. Yeah. All-in-one, July 31st, 2025, 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. They will be releasing all the specs in regards to this 360 camera. So there's a video that's been leaked. You can go check it out. I'm not even going to put it on here because it's the whole thing. But you can find it on YouTube. Somebody already made an entire, 10-minute video in regards to the 360, the Osmo, and you can check it there and see it on YouTube. Just search for it. But some of the core specs that have been kind of leaked beforehand, before this official announcement, are here, where we can go over them. It's going to have the 1-inch CMOS sensor that captures native 8K 360-degree video. So I guess it's 4K on each. So it has two lenses, two eyes. So one on the one side and one on the back. You get the 360. So it's at a 180 degree view on each side, and then it stitches to 360, so 8K in total, 4K on each lens. So delivers 120 megapixel stills, which is great. 4K at 120 frames per second, and a 170 degree ultra wide view, or 5K at 60 frames per second with a 155 degree super wide frame. So that's interesting. The square sensor geometry trims power draw and device bulk, pairing nicely with a f1.7 lens for low light environments. Color resolution hits 10-bit in D-Log mode. Cool. It's got Wi-Fi 6.0 wireless transfer, and it does have a micro SD card. The battery life looks like goes to 100 minutes at 8K 30 frames. Standard settings. It's got a 2-inch 5.08 centimeter display with 314 to 556 resolution. Awesome. What do we have for the innovative part? So this basically, I guess, is what disrupts Insta360, because I mean, we're talking about a disruption here. So if you're going to disrupt Insta360, can you do it off the bat, or you know, what does it really mean? So for the disruption part, I guess DJI dubs the Osmo 360 revolutionary and innovative. Okay. Saying that it boosts the resolution by 77% relative to the traditional 5.7K units. At 2.4 micrometer pixel size and expensive dynamic range, the Osmo gets image fidelity closer to dedicated cinema gear. It does have gesture and voice controls. Permit glove-free operation, handy during a snowboarding trip, as one box art leak suggests. Horizon Steady 360 keeps the horizon locked during the wireless lines, and it has a selfie stick. Very, very interesting. Audio capture is another highlight. Osmo Audio lets the camera bond with two compatible DJI mics for multi-speaker recordings and ambient tracks. So DJI mics is a big competitor too. So that's the thing right here. Well, I don't want to talk too much into it because it's going to disrupt. But this little thing that I'm using that's hanging off my neck is the DJI microphones, and these things will connect. Are instant, like they're connecting to all of the DJI stuff right now. So this new Osmo 360 is connecting to the Osmo Pocket, and anything moving forward, it's trying to build in a seamless audio connection for the camera here that I'm using. To get this audio, I have to use a transmitter, which is connected to the computer, and then that transmitter wirelessly sends my audio to the camera, or more likely to the computer, because I don't have it on the camera. So directly to the computer, into the stream, but you could get that transmitter on top of the camera and get the audio, depending on how you have the setup. But they work amazing. So I have another one of these, and you can have, you know, interviews. Now this is like the first generation microphones. Now they have like third generation, so they're much better, I guess. I don't know. These still work fine. So that's one of the top things about DJI. And I'm using, what is here? Third-party data from devices like Apple Watch, Garmin can overlay cycling or motorcycling metrics in dashboard formats appealing to recreational pilots. Okay. Questions. Ecosystem login, as the camera competes directly with the Insta360 X5. So this is competing with the Insta360 X5 360 cam, and the GoPro Max 3. So right now there would be three runners: Insta360 X5, GoPro Max 360, and now the DJI Osmo 360, which someone here, I guess, had the box with a price tag which says 759, this is Australian dollars, which would be equivalent to about 500 US dollars. So that's what we're looking at as far as the price is concerned for this new camera. And this will not, I'm for the US market, it's another feature that I don't think will be available unless you go into the stores and see if they do have it. So for the US market, it's a question mark. Let me see here. There's more stuff. As far as the standard combo package consists of the Osmo 360 camera, the Extreme battery plus and rubber lens guard, USB-C 3.1 data cable, magnetic quick release base with a 1/4 inch socket, mates directly with the Osmo Action mounts. And there's some battery extension bars that are sold separately, so that's great. And then this is the back of the box, and you can see here the features that we were just talking about, like the 1-inch sensor, the 8K 360 resolution, 10-bit D-Log, and the 120 megapixel for still photos, the magnetic clip attachment, 100 minutes of battery life, and so on. So there you go. Interesting stuff for this new and upcoming latest and greatest gadget from DJI, the DJI Osmo 360, launching July 31st, 8 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. It's not going to be a launch like another video somebody will probably make, YouTuber, and we'll see it. Not that exciting. I guess I never used a 360 camera, so I have no excitement whatsoever for this. Another gadget to have, another thing to probably attach to a drone, another thing to go, like I said, this is more like a sport thing, snowboarding, cycling, whatever it is. It's another camera that provides 360, like the GoPro, like the Insta360, and let's see how it does. A lot of people use it for just vlogging or walking around to get a more crazier view, and see what happens in the U.S. market, since nobody really knows if this thing is going to be available in the U.S. market. Will it be something where you walk in at the DJI store, or you go buy it somewhere, like Canada? If you're in the US market, you buy it in Canada, Mexico, or if you're in Europe and you bring it in. So another product that perhaps does not have a release in the US, continuing down the line of what's happening with this whole DJI ban in the US. But for Europeans, for Europe, Asia, Australia, for South America, Canada, Mexico, Caribbean, all these other places, should be fine if it's available. But don't, a lot of people used to come to the US to purchase all these products because they were at a more reasonable price, and they were available everywhere. Now they are not. So if you're thinking of coming to the U.S. to purchase these things, you won't find them. Maybe you will, but it's more like a walk-in. It's kind of risky, and I would just wait to see what really happens, because no one knows. So that's for the talking points for the podcast. I am gonna leave you back with the amazing volcano eruption in Iceland with the beautiful footage, and we'll be back some other time. See what happens. Check out some more of the news. But for now, let's go back to the beautiful views from Iceland and the eruption happening at this moment.